Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about when cryptocurrency is actually going to skyrocket. And many of you that are have followed me for a long time, you understand these indicators, but a lot of people still don't. For those of you who want to actually expand your knowledge more, I just want to remind you quickly to check out our cryptocurrency timing the cryptocurrency market in 2020 buy and sell bundle. You'll get how to take profit from cryptocurrency and not lose your entire investment, how to know when it's time to buy and when it's time to sell, and of course timing the crypto market in 2020, which is a premium course. You get all of these courses for just $3.99. So I'm going to get into this right now, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how to actually know when the markets are going to skyrocket up. I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat that while Bitcoin is an indicator, it's not a very good indicator. As many of you know, I've talked about the origins of Bitcoin, and I talked about Dave Kleiman being the original creator of Bitcoin in conjunction with Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto and help from Hal Finney. But I want to talk a little bit more about why you should not pay too much attention to Bitcoin, and instead you should be looking at the overall cryptocurrency market. So just so you guys know, it's very unlikely that you'll ever see a single Bitcoin moved from the original pre-mine because Dave is no longer with us. The current situation right now in the world is leading to a very, very important thing, which is called negative interest rates. Negative interest rates are probably going to be one of the best predictors of knowing when Bitcoin will, forget about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency will actually make its move. I've talked to you guys for a long time and told you guys that your investments should not be in Bitcoin. They should be in crap coins. They should be in altcoins. You can check out Satoshi.academy if you want to pick up our altcoin course, which is going to teach you how to know which altcoins are going to be the best altcoins to stock up on. But whenever people see Bitcoin going up, usually you see the other cryptocurrencies remaining the same or not moving at all. If the actual market itself was moving, then you'd see significant gains in other cryptocurrencies. Those are among the best indicators that the markets are not actually growing, but people are either using Bitcoin as a safe haven, or you have people who have a lot of money that are attempting to drive up the price of Bitcoin to specific intervals. There are specific intervals like 10,000, 14,000, 20,000 at which people like to dump their coins. What you have are what we call bull traps and bear traps. Okay, I'll talk a little bit about bull traps right now. Bull traps are basically when whales, people who are holding large amounts of Bitcoin, artificially push the markets up, okay, by buying a certain amount. And then when they push the market up, they inflate the value. Other people start saying, okay, now is the time to buy, now is the time to buy. And of course, these people, they spread information through media sites and so forth. Many of them are the people who are backing these news platforms. So people begin rushing in, thinking, okay, now is the moment. And through desperation, I begin investing. And then, of course, once you get to around 10,000, that's when everyone starts selling. And it's really automatic. If you want to know when Bitcoin, one of the best indicators of when the overall cryptocurrency markets are going to go up, the answer is actually looking at negative interest rates. Because what's going to happen with negative interest rates, something that we never thought would actually happen, is that when you put your money into the bank, you actually end up having to pay the bank to keep your money in the bank. It's a pretty unbelievable situation, but it's true. And the UK, a country that basically I don't think they've ever used them, maybe, or at least not in the last 300 years. It's insane. It's basically saying now they're considering using negative interest rates, and pretty much whatever the UK does, America follows. And it's looking increasingly likely that we're going to see negative interest rates probably in the next 6 months, I think. Maybe sometime early next year, although it could happen sooner. although I don't think they want to do them this year. With negative interest rates, as I said just a moment ago, when you put your money in the bank ends up paying you. Well, no, correction. The bank ends up charging you to keep your money in the bank. Another weird thing about negative interest rates is, technically speaking, when you borrow money, lenders also technically would be giving you money to borrow money. The drawback of negative interest rates, obviously, aside from the fact that you have to pay the banks to keep your money, is the fact that right now, banks don't have a lot of money to work with. You think they do, they don't. All that stimulus money is pretty much either spent already or earmarked. Don't expect to see any of it, okay? And as this continues to happen, when we hit negative interest rates, you're going to see a complete credit. Right now, we're already seeing a credit crunch, but you're going to see a credit crunch like you've never seen before. It's going to be similar to the Great Recession, but only worse, where no one's going to be able to get credit or overnight loans. Because banks, think about this. Why is a bank going to loan a large company a large amount of money that they're going to have to pay a premium on to loan them? It's pretty scary, isn't it? Where a bank is loaning a company a large amount of money, and they're actually going to pay them an interest on that amount of money to loan them that money. Banks don't like that. All right. If you look at countries that have used negative interest rates, places like Japan, Sweden, for example, the Swedish economy is in destruction right now. Their entire economy has completely entered, I guess, something like what they would call stagflation, where despite the fact that negative interest rates stabilized their economy for a long period of time, it resulted in essentially their money not being worth much. No one wants to do business with Sweden right now, okay? Because it's basically driven down the value of everything in their country. And that's why you're going to see more and more people rushing, putting their money in Bitcoin. And specifically, you shouldn't be looking at Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrencies, because most people are going to look at you're going to look at Bitcoin and you're going to say, why am I going to invest in Bitcoin when I can invest in another cryptocurrency, a fork coin like, say, Bitcoin Cash? And that's just one of the examples that is going to have a much better return. Bitcoin, if you put $5 in Bitcoin, you're going to wait 100 years, you're going to wait 10 years to see a profit, or $100? It's crazy. What you should be doing is putting your money in crypto, in coins, if you want to actually make a huge return, that are going to 100 times, that are going to go increase by 100 times or 1,000 times. And this has happened before, all right? And all you have to understand is basically understanding the market indicators and the specific factors that you should be looking at to determine what coins are the best ones to invest in, all right? There's specific things you can look at, such as the team, such as the activity on social media, and a variety of other factors. And I've actually made this pretty easy for you in my courses, so you can check those out in the description of the video. But one of the best indicators of knowing when the crypto markets are actually going to begin to really go up, it's actually going to be negative interest rates. That's just one of the things to look at. Cryptonomy says in the chat, first businesses in the social economy may collapse and crypto will skyrocket, then people will lose bank accounts. Thank you very much. Exactly. You see, think about this. People already have a small amount of money in the banks, and now they're going to be paying the banks to keep their money in the banks. We're already paying the banks to keep our money in the banks. We're already paying fees every single month, and now we're going to have to pay a percentage of the amount of money we have in our bank accounts. And here's the interesting thing. The banks, they're not going to want to pay us money, but they're going to want to charge more and more money. So imagine if you have $80,000 in a bank account, or even $20,000, or even $10,000, or even $1,000. And every month you're watching your balance go down because you're paying a percentage of your balance to the banks. This is negative interest rates, and people don't want to acknowledge it. So Malcolm Jaffe is talking about is basically saying just use Coinbase. Coinbase is actually a very centralized platform right now, And I will tell you that the best thing to do is actually to keep your is to not keep your money on exchanges, especially on Coinbase. You should be keeping your money in your own private wallets. Okay, that's one of the most important things to do, because these websites can basically steal your money. All right, look at what happened with Cryptopia. The banks basically, the court told Cryptopia, which is an exchange that got hacked and they lost a bunch of crypto. They told Cryptopia that the funds in those accounts belong to the people who own those accounts. And Cryptopia has basically fallen off the map. They haven't given any updates recently or anything because they don't want to give the money back. They don't want to give the crypto back. We read Cryptonomy's comment. He says, you have to look at the value of the coin, seeing the numeric if people have invested in that crypto. You have to look at the community. Exactly. You have to look at the community. You have to look at the community. You have to look at how long the project has been around. You have to look at how active developers have been. You have to look at these factors, because this is also going to tell you which projects are much further along. Okay. Let me see if there's any comments from anyone else. Yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much everything. I wanted to share that with you. You can check that. You can check out the courses. There's some links in the comments if you want to see some of the other courses we're selling. I mean, guys, you need to have an opinion for yourself. You need to formulate a thought for yourselves. And you have to stop. You have to remember that governments and banks are not working in the interest of the people. They're working in the interest of themselves. All right, that's everything I have for you guys right now. Much love. Stay active. Stay hopeful. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.